chapter 2. Look at Ruth chapter 2. Ruth chapter 2 and verse 2. Ruth chapter 2 and verse 2. And Ruth, this is amplified, the Moabite said to Naomi, that's her mother-in-law, let me go to the field and glean among the ears of grain after him, in whose sight I shall find favor. Naomi said to her, go, my daughter. And Ruth went and gleaned in a field after the reapers. And she happened to stop at the part of the field belonging to Boaz, who was of the family of Elimelech. And behold, Boaz came from Bethlehem and said to the reapers, the Lord be with you. And they answered him, the Lord bless you. Then Boaz said to his servant, who was set over the reapers? Who made it in this? Who was this woman? Referring to Ruth. And the servant set over the reapers answered, she is a Moabitish girl who came back with Naomi from the country of Moab. And she said, I pray you, let me glean, that's getting the leftovers in the field when they harvest, gather after the reapers among the sheaves. So she came and has continued from early morning until now, except when she rested a little in the house. Go to verse 17. Go to verse 17. So she gleaned in the field until evening, and beat out that she had gleaned, and it was about an ephah of barley. Amplified said she gleaned in the field until evening. She then beat out what she had gleaned. It was about an ephah of barley. So we learned that Ruth was a hard worker. Ruth was not lazy. She was a hard worker. Not only was she loving, not only was she caring, not only was she compassionate, amen, but she was a hard worker. Here's another thing we learned from Ruth. Ruth depended on God. Go back to chapter 2. Look at verse 8. Then Boaz said to Ruth, listen, my daughter, do not go to glean in another field or leave this one, but stay here, close by my maidens. Watch which field they reap and follow them. Have I not charged the young men not to molest you? And when you are thirsty, go to the vessel and drink what the young men have drawn. Then she fell on her face, bowing to the ground, and said to him, why have I found favor in your eyes, that you should notice me when I am a foreigner? And Boaz said to her, I have been made fully aware of all you have done for your mother-in-law since the death of your husband, and how you have left your father and mother and the land of your birth and have come to a people unknown to you before. Verse 12, the Lord recompenses, the Lord rewards, the Lord repays you for what you have done. And a full reward be given to you by the Lord, the God of Israel, whose wings you have come to take refuge. Amen. Then finally we learn that God blesses faithfulness, doesn't he? Go to chapter 4 here. Go to chapter 4 here in Ruth. Amen. God blesses faithfulness. Amen. In chapter 4 here in Ruth, chapter 4 and verse 13, says that so Boaz took Ruth and she became his wife. And he went in to her, and the Lord caused her to conceive, and she bore a son. And the woman said to Naomi, blessed be the Lord, who has not left you this day without a close kinsman. And may his name be famous in Israel. And may he be to you a restorer of life, and a nourisher and a supporter in your old age. For your daughter-in-law who loves you, who is better to you than 7 sons, has borne him. Amen. So we see that God blesses Ruth, amen, because of her faithfulness and her conviction and her loyalty and her devotion to her mother-in-law. God blesses Ruth because Ruth had a love for her mother-in-law. Ruth did not abandon her mother-in-law, but Ruth looked beyond her own pain. Ruth looked beyond her own agony. She looked beyond her own word. Amen. And she decided to minister and help her mother-in-law. Amen. When you are faithful, God will bless you. Yes, he will. When you are faithful, God will lift you. When you are faithful, God will comfort you. When you are faithful, God will give you some strength. When you are faithful, God will make a way out of no way. When you are faithful, God will open up doors for you. When you are faithful, God will open up the windows of heaven and pour you out a blessing that you won't have room enough to receive. When you are blessing, when you are faithful, God will bless you going in and he'll bless you coming out. He'll bless you in the city and he'll bless you in the field. He'll bless you on your job and he'll bless you in your home. He'll bless your mind and he'll bless your body. When you are faithful, he'll bless your children and he'll bless your grandchildren. When you are faithful to God, he'll open up doors for you. He'll make a way for you. Yes, he will. He just say yes. Yes. God is a faithful God. He is a good God. And he blesses those who are faithful to him. God pays well. Look at what he did for Ruth. Because of her loyalty and her devotion and her concern for her mother-in-law. God didn't forget about her. He made sure she had food to eat. Amen. She and her mother-in-law. He made sure that she had a covering. Because when Boaz saw her, who was a relative of Naomi's husband, who had passed. Amen. Who was that woman? God put favor on Ruth through Boaz. So make sure she has enough. Make sure you leave enough so that when she reaps, amen, she has more than enough. Amen. Not only that, but then Boaz, amen, through the favor of God, married Ruth, a wealthy man. Amen. And God blesses her with a son. She named him Obed. And Obed becomes the grandfather of David, through which Jesus comes through the line of David. Amen. You see that God pays well, doesn't he? Amen. When you give God your best, when you're faithful to God, amen, he pays well. Didn't forget about Ruth. Didn't forget about Ruth. Amen. Amen. What a wonderful story of a love. Amen.